Hey traders, back to another sharing here. So, as usual, I always receive a lot of text from traders all around the world, whether if they are traders or non-traders, but let's focus on traders. People come to me and say, can we invest 50K? Can you invest 100K in me? I believe in myself. I have a lot of skill set. My trading knowledge is at the top. Can you help me? And just to tell all of you, everyone starts from zero. The only difference is when I had no capital, when I had no resources, the only thing I could do in the past was really just double down, put in more work, more effort, and to figure out how can I earn more capital. As opposed to these days, traders always think, and especially with the rising numbers of online prop firms appearing, traders always take capital as an easy thing. And to me, it is not bad. Some of these prop firms, they are really there to help you, but the entire business model, the entire scheme are built based on focusing on failed challenges. Their primary focus will always be how can we ensure more traders fail, less traders pass, less traders actually receive their payouts. Why? Because otherwise, how can they survive? Taking some of the big names in the industry, how do you think or why do you think they're so big? It's exactly because tons of or millions of traders just keep blowing up challenges after challenges. A majority of traders are not stupid. All these traders who blow up challenge after challenge or throw in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars into repeatedly blowing all these challenges, they are not stupid. You might think it's absurd. You might think it's crazy. But I've gone through a few traders that actually spent more than six figures on prop firm challenges. And yet they have received zero payout. Why do you think this kind of phenomenon have happened for the past few years? It's exactly because traders got overconfident. They believe they actually have the skill set as a good trader, the quality of a good trader. But in actual, they have zero work ethic, nothing, no process, no routine, no strategy, no trading plan, no game plan. They're just completely gambling the market. So when I see traders come to me and tell me things like, can you give me 50K? Can you give me 100K? My biggest ever question will be, if you're claiming that you're so good, why don't you have access to your own capital? Why can't you just take, work, save up, pass a profit challenge, get some payouts, and fund your personal life account? Why? You all can't, you all cannot blame me for questioning you. You all cannot blame me for doubting you because I came from zero, literally the brokey. When I was alone, grinding all the way up, I didn't go to anyone else to say, can you invest 50K in me, 100K in me? No, I wasn't desperate. I was desperate financially, but I wasn't desperate mentally. All I did was I was very frustrated that why can I just not make this work? Like I've done so many jobs in the past. I've achieved some small results here and there. I've achieved good academic results. I have achieved this, I've achieved that. When I was working as housekeeper as a restaurant server, I was always the hardest worker. I was always the top of the stuff. But why, when I come into the market, nothing seems to click? It is always until you realize the biggest enemy is yourself, then you wake up. As a trader, even up until today, I do acknowledge the fact that trading requires a lot of skill And majority of these skills comes from your personal experience and obviously a lot of try and error, a lot of journaling, a lot of reviewing, a lot of testing. But a big part of it comes from the way you perceive what trading is. If you're approaching the market with a perfectionism mindset, you can't survive. If you're approaching the market with an overconfident mind, you can't survive. If you're approaching the market with a clear spectrum of how long of a time frame I should succeed, you can't survive because you're only going to fail due to your own false expectation. The only difference between the good traders and the struggling traders, to me, first thing is obviously the work ethic. And are you actually putting in the right work or not? Some traders don't even know how to backtest. Some traders don't even know what backtesting is. And yet they come to me and say, Neil, I've been trading for 10 years, but I know I can trade. I know I'm a good trader, but I don't know why. I just keep feeling. Then when I start asking them, can I have a look at your backtesting sheet? I've not done that. What's backtesting? Can I have a look at your statistics? What's your worst drawdown like? How's your performance been for the past 3 to 6 months? Can I have a look at your journal? No, I don't really do any journal. I just keep trading and all of these craps. Do you actually realize what kind of crap are you spitting out of your mouth? Like you say you're good, you say you know what you're doing, but when I ask you some of the really basic things, your journal, your statistics, your back test, or your forward test, maybe, you can't give me anything. And there goes the problem. Laziness is either laziness or uninformed. If you're uninformed for 1 year, it's okay. But if you stay uninformed for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, these are decisions. You voluntarily neglect some of the key route to become a good trader, which is a lot of boring work, the back test, the journal, the review. Once you keep doing your back testing, your journaling, your reviewing, especially if you track your performance on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and a yearly basis, I can almost guarantee you, maybe within 2 3 years you can't succeed, but 5 to 10 years spectrum, you would definitely succeed. Why? Because you're only moving forward. If you keep moving forward every single day, let it be half step, let it be tiny baby step, ultimately you'll get to where you want to achieve, right? But why do you think you're struggling? It's either because you're moving one step forward, 2 steps backward, or you are totally not moving at all, or you're moving backwards, completely backwards. So, if you're a trader who's currently struggling and you put the blame of you don't have capital, you don't have resources, I can still tell you many of the really good traders they started from zero. A lot of them are self-taught. It was until they have certain results, or it was until when they realize something went really, really wrong and they acknowledge the fact that they need to improve, then they start seeking for help, or then they start figuring out what's the exact measure, what's the solution that can allow them to become a proper trader. As a trader, to me, I don't expect myself to be making $10 million a year. No, never have I once imagined myself like January, I made $1.3 million. Have I ever once imagined I can be making that kind of figure in a month? No, never. But it was a result of consistent effort. It was a result of consistently watering the plant for year after year after year after year after year. Up until today, every single person that they know me or every single person inside our trade club, some of you, if you want to be as anything, unless you pay and you join our trade club and you feel something's wrong with my work ethic, with my experience, with my level of expertise, or with my performance, then you can speak from your ugly mouth. Otherwise, don't talk. Sometimes when I see some really, some weirdo commenting things like you're not a trader, you're a scammer, all these things, let me tell you, some of these people, they are just living in their own jail. They are living in their own prison. Their mind is their prison. Because they fail, they want to see other people fail as well. And here goes another lesson. Do not surround yourself with negative people. I have one big principle in life, which is I don't give a shit about people who are being um, extremely negative. If someone comes to me being extremely negative, I don't care even whether if you are at the bottom of your life or everything's crumbling, everything's crashing, everything's bursting. I don't care. If you're looking to become a good trader, you need to have a steel of a mind. You need to be like, I don't know, like an Iron Man. Why? Because trading is truly going to tear you apart. But when you finally figure out trading is not complicated at all, it is simple, it is all just about watering the plant every single day. When you put your focus nurturing your growth, you will grow. But if you just keep putting the focus on how can I make more money, how can I make more money as a trader, your focus will be on where? The outcome, which is completely clueless. Today, when I see traders keep saying how much money they want to make, how much funded accounts they want to get, the first thing that I assess is their work. Do they actually put in the work? In order for you to scale your capital, in order for you to scale up your position sizing, it requires a lot of work. Don't ever come to me and say trading 100 loss has no difference as trading 1,000 loss. Bullshit. Sometimes I see traders say, if you can trade $10,000, you can trade $1 million. No, it's a staircase process. Who can trade $10,000 out of nowhere, jump to $1 million AUM? How are you supposed to manage it? Your trading style will also change as your capital grows. So I hope this video don't appear to be, I don't know, just me spitting random facts. What I'm trying to say here is still back to the topic. When you are having no access to capital, or if you're currently feeling like something's wrong, I just can't seem to grow, is trading going to work or not? Trading is only going to work if you actually put in the real dedication. I'm not just saying you waking up, scroll the charts for a little bit, putting on a few trades next day. I'm really here trying to say you reviewing every single of your trade, you going through detailed journaling on every single of your position to ensure you know what should you be doing next time, what you shouldn't be doing next time, and how do you grade your setup. If I were to just name a few key things that makes me a profitable trader, first thing you will obviously be emotional detachment. But emotional detachment trunches out of one key thing, which is having a rigid system. When you have a rigid system that clearly tells you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you should stick to this, rarely you get emotional. Obviously, as a human, we still do very rarely, but it won't appear very often. It won't happen very often. Second thing is price positioning, your trade management technique, your entry model, your exit model, your skill in, skill out management, the way you do your review, the way you perform your review, the way you optimize your system, the way you create variation out of a back test, the way you You basically just look to implement different technique into existing system. All these things comes into place. There's a lot of bits and pieces. You just need to sit down and really figure out, how can I become a better trader? How can I enhance my existing trading system? Instead of just sitting there every day thinking about, okay, I lost money today. Next day. Like, so many times where I see traders, they just do something wrong, move on, move on, move on, and they are surprisingly optimistic. If you have been stuck for a very long period of time, I'm saying 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you shouldn't feel optimistic. In fact, you should be quite concerned. Why? Because you have wasted 5, 10, 15 years repeating the same old mistakes, the same old routine that will guarantee you losing money, and you still accept it. Something's wrong. I get to where I am today by becoming a problem solver. I've said this many times. Becoming a good trader is about becoming a problem solver. Solve problem. Overtrading, solve it. Revenge trading, solve it. Entry timing, solve it. And then it goes to finding actual solution. And that's it. Once you rise and repeat this process every single time something goes wrong with your performance, fix that one small element, the engine will run smoothly again. Very occasionally, something will go wrong with the tire, with the steering, with the engine oil, with the brake, with the hybrid engine or whatever. All you need to do is to fix that piece, that bits of pieces that's going wrong. And your engine, remember, engine is your system, and your system will go smooth again. The problem comes when either you don't have a system, you don't even know what the system is, or second thing is every time when something goes wrong with the system, you don't bother fixing it. Just like today when you drive, the water temperature rises, you don't care. You continue driving for half a month. You knew that something's wrong. You don't bother fixing it. Then when things starts compelling, maybe something's wrong with the pipe, maybe something's wrong with the exhaust, maybe something's wrong with the engine oil, oil leaking. When everything adds up, you become a complete gambler. And that's why for me personally, when something goes wrong with my system, I need to fix that small part. For example, for the entire March and April, I've only taken less than 10 trades, which is very little. But after me taking 2, 3 losses on Aussie dollar, I made a very quick assessment, a complete review of my performance, and I realized market condition is changing. It was because I actually put in 2, 3 days to sit there and really figure out, hey, I took 3 losses in a row. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? After you ask yourself what's wrong, then ask yourself, how can I fix it? Okay. It was because I actually spent the days to sit down there telling myself, okay, something's wrong with the market condition. There's nothing wrong with my existing strategy. I need to trade less. It was until then, for the entire March, April, I've only taken so little positions. And guess what? A few days ago, I secured a 6 figures trade. All right? Go short, secure nearly 250K. Aussie dollar break even. And there goes. I'm back positive. The engine is running smooth again. Okay? So I hope this video inspires some of you and to really let you know what real trading is and stop putting the blame onto someone else. A lack of capital equals to a lack of skill set, equals to a lack of knowledge. If you really have the skill set, if you really have the knowledge, you will have ways to find more capital. But through yourself, not through someone else. Okay? Don't borrow money from parents, from siblings, from friends, everyone else. Focus on how can you become stronger. So if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.